What's going on, guys? My name is Eldeniro and welcome to episode 118 possibly of my FIFA 15 career mode. We're with Manchester United and we're starting this episode off with a trip to Wembley Stadium, the second time we've ever visited this stadium, as somebody pointed out in the comment section of yesterday's video. We actually went here before with Leicester City to take on Arsenal in the Charity Shield, which isn't called that, it's called something else now, Community Shield, where we actually beat them on penalties, which was pretty good. But today we're taking on Aston Villa. This is in the FA Cup semi-final. And I don't know how I feel about the FA Cup in general. Like, I never do that well in it, and I never do well at Wembley at all in career mode either. So I was a little bit apprehensive, I suppose, about going into this game, just because Aston Villa are usually quite difficult to play against, even though we do manage to maintain a decent enough record against them. But you can't really take anything for granted in this game. Also, there's going to be no second video today because, like, to be honest, YouTube is in such a fucking state at the moment. I don't know what's going on, to be honest. Like, I see other YouTubers saying it's the sub boxes, so I guess it's the sub boxes, but it could just be the fact that due to inactivity on my channel as of late, people have forgotten all about this series. I don't know. If you're here and you want to leave a like on the video early on, though, regardless of all that stuff, that would be pretty good, because it is important to, you know, get that momentum when you're uploading videos and stuff. But I think what I'm going to do is try and do 2 videos tomorrow and just see how that works out. But as you see here in the 52nd minute of this game, Memphis Depay picks the ball up and goes on a little bit of a tear. He takes on all the Villa defenders, who look clueless as they attempt to, not even attempt to tackle him. They just, like, watched him run around them, which was kind of bizarre. But Memphis did manage to put it into the back of the net. And as we were the designated home team, that meant that the crowd went absolutely fucking mental, because there's, like, more Man United fans. Although in real life there'd probably be more Man United fans at Wembley than Villa, but I don't really understand how the tickets get allocated and things like that when it comes to cup tournaments. But I also don't know why I even talked about any of that stuff. But yeah, we come up to the final 17 minutes of this game. We had a corner kick where Johnny Evans had a header that crashed off the crossbar, and from there we attempted to build some momentum going forward, but it went into a counter-attack for Aston Villa with Ashley Westwood coming forward, and he got into a really good position playing it into Youssef Poulsen, who goes wide to Silla. I don't know why they continued to pass it wide like that when there was quite clearly options in the middle, but Andreas Weimann goes up for the header and he ends up putting it wide. So we did hang on. We got a 1-0 victory in what was a really boring game to play, and that's just because of the nature of Villa's tactics within the game. Like, they're always that kind of team to play against. But our next game is against Aston Villa, and this time it's at Old Trafford, and I was determined going into this game to just quite simply make it a more entertaining game for you guys to watch. Excuse me, because I didn't want to edit. Like, I don't, it's really hard to edit when there's like 4 highlights in the game. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's really hard to actually condense it down and just figure out what you're going to put in and what you're going to leave out and everything like that. But in the 5th minute of this game, the ball comes to Timo Huppertz on the right hand side of the pitch as he takes on Gary Gardner, and then moves into the box and gets into a great position before finishing with his left foot. And he's done that, like, I'm pretty sure every goal he's scored actually has been him just picking the ball up from the right hand side, running inwards and ending up scoring. And the reason that he doesn't score more is because I usually go out to the left hand side, because Schürrle will be out there with his 4-star skills, or Memphis with his 5-star skills, or even Signorini with 4-star. Like, and I also find Jesse Lingard a lot of fun to use as well. But Timo Huppertz, like, despite being such a good player, he doesn't really seem to do a whole lot in the team, which is kind of annoying, I guess. But I'm really interested to see what kind of shape our squad will take next season with the type of talent that we're going to be getting in. But Hector Villalba continues his goal drought in the 21st minute with a terrible strike that just goes well wide of the post. And then in the 24th minute, Andre Schürrle picks the ball up. He was playing in the cam position in this game because I just thought that would be an interesting role for him. And obviously I wanted to make it a more exciting game, which I think I had done up to this point, with Memphis Depay's shot being saved by the Aston Villa goalkeeper. I think it's Zieler they have in goal. Then in the 36th minute, Villalba gets into a great position and once again just belts his shot wide, like, without any shame. It's absolutely mental what's happened to him. I don't know what it is. Like, I don't even think in the squad report that his form says bad, but we'll actually have a look, because there will be a squad report in this episode. But we come to the hour mark of the game with Christian Benteke on the ball, and he finds the back of the net. The dangerous Benteke, as Martin Tyler insists on calling him all the time in this game. But he equalised, and it kind of came out of nothing for Villa as well. Like, I really wasn't expecting them to get anything out of this game because of the way that they were playing. Like, they had no real creativity going forward apart from hitting the post in the 15th minute or so. But we come up to just after the hour mark with Christian Benteke strike from distance going just wide, and it felt as though the momentum had shifted in this game and Villa were going all out, and I suppose that was because of a mentality change in their tactics. But Hector Villalba just proving what an absolute donkey he's become with that effort there that was saved by the keeper. An absolutely just atrocious attempt. Like, I don't know what's happened. Like, I could score so many goals with Villalba before, like no matter where I'd shoot from, and now it seems a lot different. And I think there's actually a few things that have changed about this game. I find that goalkeepers make so many more saves now, like that Dybala shot there. And there's one other thing that I've noticed a lot of creeping into the game is when you shoot and the goalkeeper parries the ball into the back of the net for you. That seems to happen way more. But in the 76th minute, Yusuf Poulsen got himself sent off for a tackle on one of our players, possibly Dybala, I think it could have been. And this was a weird one, right? Because he goes in, he actually gets the ball. It's a perfect tackle. But I suppose it's not really about whether or not he gets the ball. It's about whether or not the referee judges that it was reckless and you know, endangering the other player. And I suppose it was, because I do recall that time that Vincent Kompany put in a perfect tackle on Wayne Rooney and got sent off for it because his other foot was up off the ground. But if you go back to yesterday's episode and watch Michael Keane's effort, that was like the absolute worst tackle in the world on Hector Villalba when he was playing for Crystal Palace. That was in yesterday's episode. He didn't even get a red card for that, and it was bizarre. But here's the squad report on the screen again. Nothing to really say, although actually two things to say. Paulo Dybala and Luke Shaw, neither of them are going up a single rating on any of their stats at all. Like, not a single one of their stats has improved since the start of this season, and I find that very, 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 very strange, because Luke Shaw has presumably progressed. Yeah, he has. His overall is 82. He's not he doesn't start off as an 82 overall. So since this career mode has started, this entire save, Luke Shaw has progressed steadily enough, I suppose. Not too much, because we are 5 years into the future and he only seems to have gone up one rating or so a season. I don't know what his base card actually is. I think he might be a silver though. And it's 6 years, so he would have gone up, I don't know, 7 or 8 maybe. I can't count, so can someone put in the comment section how much he's actually gone up since his base card, because I don't know what his base rating is. But yeah, him and Dybala just haven't gone up a single stat, and they both have quite clearly progressed for other teams in the career mode. And like, it just pisses me off. Like, how about you make a game that works, or at least you make a game and then you tell us what to expect in the game, and don't tell us things that you're going to lie to us about. Like, there are so many things that EA said about this game before it came out, like that the players would have some emotional awareness and emotional reactions to things, which isn't true at all. That hasn't happened. Like, that's a thing they completely made up. And they said that, like, if you want your striker to stay central, like, he'll do that and he won't run out to the wing. But that doesn't work either. Like, that's just a complete lie that they've made up. And another thing is, oh yeah, your players will definitely progress with their ratings as long as you give them first team football, and that hasn't worked either. So it's pretty much FIFA 14 at this point that I'm playing. Like, it doesn't even feel any different anymore. Like, I know the game engine is slightly different, but they keep on tweaking it in ways that send it back to the old version of the game. And it's just really frustrating, so that's the whole reason for that rant. But another thing here is Romeo just runs away from the ball there when Oviedo came in. We're playing against Everton, if you hadn't noticed. This is in the league, obviously. But the way that Romeo ran away from the ball just after I selected away from him is actually a thing that I've seen the AI players do a lot as well. When you're approaching goal, and they just have a tendency to run away from where the play is, and it's very, very odd. But in the 22nd minute of this game, Ki Sung-yong scores, and he gives Everton the lead. And from here, I actually changed my tactics straight away. I changed to the 4-5-1 type formation with 3 players in advanced positions, and I went with ultra attacking. And Jared Romeo got onto the ball from the right hand side and got into an amazing position from right back and found the back of the net, reminiscent of a time when DeAndre Yedlin actually did that for us. I don't remember who it was against, but I do remember him picking the ball up at right back and just running until he scored. Could have been against Tottenham, now that I think of it. I'm not too sure. But in the 35th minute of this game, the ball comes into Andre Schürrle, who gets ahead of the defender, Phil Jones, with an amazing piece of control and technique as he volleys it into the back of the net. And we turn the game around in the space of 14 minutes. And with that, we go 2-1 in front, which was really, really good. Then we come up to the 41st minute of the game with Wayne Rooney on the ball. And he treads it into Javier Hernandez, who does quite well to take the ball around Phil Jones here. Phil Jones having an absolute nightmare against his former club as well, but that's what you get for leaving. Although, to be fair, they paid, like, I don't know, 157 million or something ridiculous for him. It wasn't that. I can't remember how much it was. But Ross Barkley robs the ball from, I think it was actually Timo Huppertz there in midfield. And that leads to Warris coming in and ending up scoring. And he equalises for Everton, which was another goal that just kind of came out of nothing. And it was really frustrating having conceded it. But that's just the nature of career mode sometimes. Like, the teams really do punish you on Legendary for stuff like that. Like, I don't know how to explain it properly, but it's like they can do nothing for the entire game, and then you give the ball to them and they'll just create something from an amazing passing move, and it's really kind of inconsistent sometimes. But in the 60, I complained an awful lot in this episode, and I'm really sorry for that. I don't know, like I'm not even that fed up with the game at all. Like sometimes I just press record and complain is what my brain tells me to do, so that's what I did. But yeah, that's the end of this episode. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please do leave a like, that would be much appreciated. I'm gonna try and do another double episode for tomorrow. Usually they are on a Saturday, but just the state of YouTube at the moment has made me a little bit apprehensive about that whole situation. But yeah, that's the end of the episode. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, leave a like, that would be great. I've been El Dinero. Thanks for watching.